All right, cool. Now we're live. So we got our topics. Which one you want to do first, Mia?
Oh, that's up to you.
I'll go top to bottom.
I just want to save the
O'Reilly?
MAGA Trump stuff for last because
O'Reilly stuff.
Yeah, just because he doesn't need more publicity if we run out of time. He's the thing that should get cut.
Yeah. He's the first one. He gets the yoke.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's start with the top one. Energy Department.
What happened here?
Whoa, it almost smacked you.
Yeah. It's being evil. Okay.
All right. So we'll start out with the Energy Department one first. Clean up the grid. Cheaper batteries. Okay. All righty. You ready to roll?
Nope, my phone just started ringing. Be right back.
Okay, go ahead. All right. Arif, if you could say more about Liberia, I'd like to know what you mean by this. You're always saying Liberia. You said a different one last time, which is actually kind of cool. And what up, Crystal? It must be, what is it, like 3 in the morning where you're at? No, 3 in the afternoon. I think like midnight. I don't know. No, you're like 14 hours behind us or ahead of us. I'm not sure how that works. If you're ahead or behind. Let me think. Australia. Oh, well, just so you guys know, my girlfriend bought me this new shirt. Crystal, 11 a.m. in Australia. Cool, man. What up, Carnage? Cool. All right. Yeah, guys, sorry we're running a little behind, but we're back at it. We're ready to go. So you're good now, Mia? Oh, you're muted, just so you know. All right.
Yeah, I should be good now.
Okay. All right, guys, let's see if we can change some minds tonight. What's up next for us on the low, Mia?
Today we're going to be talking about the Energy Department targeting vastly cheaper batteries to help clean up the grid, because President Joe Biden is making a push for an electric grid dominated by solar and wind power.
Mm-hmm.
The initiative will focus on finding a low-cost way to store electricity generated by the sun or wind for hours, days, or even weeks at a time. Dozens of companies are working on different ideas for long-duration energy storage, but most are still too expensive to be useful. The Energy Department wants to reduce costs 90% below the cost of today's lithium-ion batteries by 2030. The agency will direct experts at its... That did not come out right. The agency will direct experts at its national labs to focus on improving such technologies while it seeks funding from Congress for early demonstration projects. The announcement is part of the agency's energy...
Earth shots?
Yes, energy Earth shots.
Yeah.
The announcement is part of the agency's Energy Earthshot initiative, which aims to accelerate the deployment of technologies to fight climate change. About 60% of electricity is still generated by burning fossil fuels, and the Biden administration sees curbing electricity emissions as central to its climate plans, since it is also trying to convince Americans to buy more electric cars and heat pumps that will plug into the grid.
Heat pumps. Interesting.
Yeah. I'm not really together. Ugh.
Well, it says here, several recent studies have found that utilities could plausibly get to 80% clean electricity using today's technology.
Yes. But 80% is not 100%. And that's
right.
Where the batteries needing to be expanded is coming from. In order to try and get that capture rate up and to account for days when the wind's not so great or the sun's not so great, we need better battery storage long term to reduce the costs. And this is one of the more practical problems in climate change. We can't just entirely turn our grid directly over to wind and energy because of storage issues, even though the cost of generating that is starting to be on par with oil and other fossil fuels.
Well, we got a quote in this article from Jennifer Granholm, Michigan's ex-governor. She's now the energy secretary, and she's quoted to say, if we want to get to net zero emissions, we not only need to deploy solutions that are already proven, like wind and solar, We also have to figure out how to take clean energy technologies that have been demonstrated in a laboratory and scale them up in the world. That's a real sense of urgency about this. And so she announced a goal of reducing 80% of the costs on clean hydrogen fuels. Both programs are modeled after Obama-era Sunshot Initiative, which is credited with helping to lower the cost of solar power during the 2010s and ushering the technology into the mainstream. Looks like Joe Biden is counting on increasingly cheap solar and wind power to meet his goal of having the U.S. gets 100% of its electric carbon free by 2035. I guess for me, the thing that no one's talking about is the resources necessary to make all this. When it comes to solar, the minerals that you have to harvest to make all these solar panels is not like it's just sitting around on the surface somewhere.
Exactly.
A lot of mining has got to go into it, which is not necessarily the greatest thing. And then you have the wind turbines, where the what's it called, the bearings are such high, I guess you say high resource dependent as well. And then there's the idea of what do we do when we recycle them when they're out of sorts, they have to be out of commission. The recycling of these things, they have no plan for it whatsoever, right? So
particularly the solar panels, those have some
specifically toxic. So we're gonna dig barrels in the middle of the earth again and dump them down there too. Like, there's gotta be a better way, and there is. It's called nuclear. Guys, nuclear is the answer to bridge the gap. No one on the left wants to talk about it. Nuclear is where he should be going down to say, let's upgrade our nuclear facilities, like the one here in Michigan I live next to. I live next to two of them. I'm in the you're dead zone. I'm between two of these suckers. So nuclear is the answer, period. Especially, we need to put more research into what's it called? Thorium reactors as well. Once we get thorium reactors figured out, we're looking really good. We might not need so much demand on solar. These minerals is what worries me is the mineral rights, and what country we're going to go to war with to get them. You know, that's kind of my biggest fear, is this mineral demand is going to be a problem long term.
I think that's where a lot of the cost for the battery storage is actually a problem too.
Yep.
So if they're trying to reduce the cost of things down by 80%, then that's not where we're at now. Right now, nuclear is clearly definitely superior. We should be installing the nuclear things while continuing this research. Like now, get moving. Climate change is coming faster than we have time to play tiddlywinks with. But on the other hand, the one thing about thorium is it's not entirely proven. It's conceptual, right? Like, I don't think there's a scale thorium reactor at the moment.
No. That's the thing. We need to put more money into R&R, or R&D, I mean. Like Ian Prado, the thorium guy. That's what he's going to college for, guys. He's going to get his PhD in thorium nuclear reactor theory. And he's trying to figure it out. And he said they are really there. They can do it on a small scale, but trying to do it big scale. So, oh yeah, and Crystal says having something called your dead zone is kind of a turnoff for a lot of people. Yeah, it is. But here's the point. These are really, really old 1950s reactors that are have an increased likelihood of something going wrong is the older ones, right? We need to update them and get new ones, newer technology. And again, the thorium, I think, is the future because it can't be weaponized as easily. I was talking to Ian, the thorium guy, about it. And he's like, it takes so much resources. It's just not worth it. It's easier just to go mine it again, you know, than to convert thorium over. But yeah, again, you won't hear this on mainstream media, like they said here. Nuclear. I like Joe Biden's ideas, but the obvious solution is right in front of your face. Nuclear is the greenest energy with the fewest deaths, guys. People fall, people get electrocuted, right? So less deaths is nuclear. That's where I stand on this whole damn article. I love where they're at. The heart's in the right place. He's going the right direction. I just don't agree with his way he's going to implement it, you know?
Well, it's my personal opinion that the more redundancy we have in the system, the more ways we have gathering electricity,
Mhm.
the more it's fine. Do everything, but do it. That's the thing. Be doing it right now. Don't be planning to do it. Get on it, because we need this yesterday.
Yeah. And so these goals are in 2035. Okay. That is a long ways away. And guess what happens in 2035? We have other presidents by then that could just nuke the deal. Get it? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. They could nuke this whole thing. Fix it today. I think it takes like 5 years to build a nuclear reactor, to build a nuclear site. Joe Biden get that done in 2 terms, right?
Oh yeah.
Do something that you can do within your own time frame. Don't kick the can down the road to 2035, 2030, whatever. Enough. Get it done. Get it done now. Like, we have upgraded 21st century nuclear reactor technology that's significantly safer than anything else we got, and it's 0 carbon emissions. I like what you're thinking, Joe, but think a little harder, brother. Same thing with ex-governor Granholm from Michigan. Think a little harder. And she's from Michigan. We have nuclear reactors all over the place along the lakes, So that's what I would say about this whole thing is I like where his head's at, but the real solution is nuclear.
I do have to say, like, there's a gut reaction when you say that. We've got a ton of nuclear reactors and they're right by the lakes. Oh, that's wonderful news for like our main source of fresh water for the entire world.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Thorium doesn't have any fallout. It can't melt down. The whole process can be broken with a salt water flush. Boom! It breaks the thing and restart the whole thing.
Thorium is excellent.
Yeah,
thorium. It's not in my mind that if we had that right now, we should have been. Man, that would solve all our problems.
But we've had these reactors on Lake Michigan along our shores for 75 years. We've never had a nuclear meltdown here. And those are old ones. 21st century ones, that's what's up. Then we can really, we should shut down some of these here and put the new reactors in there. Unfortunately, getting rid of the old ones is a matter of filling it with concrete, pretty much. So that's not a great solution for that type of waste product, but I don't know much more about it, honestly. I should get Ian back on here again. Talk about that, but yeah, it's a great article. I like where they're going with it. It's a good goal.
Yeah, there's there's a lot of paths that can be taken. We should be taking them all. That's the way I feel about as many of these things. Pretty much anytime there's a solution that sounds like it could work, we should be trying that solution in every direction we can. We have billions of people. We're the richest country in the world. Let's innovate instead of making a decision and sticking to it so hard.
Yeah.
We're
flexible.
Yeah, we've got way too many options and plenty of resources. So why are we putting it all into the military?
Yeah. And we have a billionaire, Branson, who's trying to put himself into space for a vanity project for rich people. It's not even about people. It's about rich people. Like $250,000 to fly into space and float and then come back down. Holy shit. How about you pay your goddamn taxes? Help me. Anyway.
He was talking about making space flight accessible to all humans. That'll happen eventually, in my opinion. I think it's definitely going to happen eventually when they're exploiting the labor of people and sending them to mine asteroids. Then it will be inexpensive for every human. Yeah.
It'll be a good investment in humans, as they say. Human capital in space, a whole new program.
That's when we'll suddenly see when miners are dying on asteroids, trying to get iron out of it so that they can bring it back for frickin' the Koch brothers.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, guys, let us know what you think about this. Are you thumbs up, thumbs down on this? What do you think about my whole nuclear pitch? Are you for or against that type of approach? Let us know in the comment section what you think about it. And of course, while you're here, give the video a like, hit that subscribe button if you've done it before, ring notification bell. You get notifications about upcoming videos like this. And Thanks for joining us. See you guys next time, and go read a book. Okay, so just while it's here, hey, Jeremy A. Brother, thanks for the super chat. I appreciate you, man. Turns out he was unsubscribed. Whoopsie. Subscribe.
Oh, no. But Jeremy's great.
Yes.
Haven't gotten a chance to talk to him in a while.
What's that?
Haven't gotten a chance to talk to him in a while. I think the last time I was talking to him, he was mowing his lawn while we were doing a Gang Gang Roundtable podcast. And that's been on hiatus for a while.
Trev says they're trying to get the fuck out of Earth. Yeah. All of us low lives, they're trying to get away from us, Like I said, it's a vanity project. This Branson guy is like floating and he's not floating, comes back down. That cost them $150 million. $150 million.
How many people would that feed?
Let's say $1,000 a month. That's 150,000 payments of $1,000. So it's like he could give someone a universal basic income, 100,000 people a basic income for a year.
Or he could fly to space for 5 seconds. Then not quite full space, but like low orbit space.
Yeah. Why not put satellites up to give everyone internet? That's the quickest way to give people a fishing rod, not go catch a fish for them. A fishing rod is the internet. Give them the resource. Give them high-speed 5G everywhere on the planet, or especially in this country to start with, and then we can build upon that, right? Yeah, it's not just Branson. Of course it's not. It's all the elites. It's all even in the Japanese and the Chinese guy, the Chinese, what's that guy? He owns Alibaba. Alibaba is the like the Google of China. He's going to fund a trip to the moon and back for a 2-week mission. And it's like $5 billion or something like that, He wants to take 10 people with him. And here's the funny thing. He said, I'd like to invite Elon. And he goes, no, I'll stay here on Earth. He's like, you fuckers go up there. Sure, good luck.
There's a reason he sent a car up there. As his marker in space, as opposed to his body.
It's his playground now.
Yeah.
Crystal brings up a good point. I do wonder if we need to start thinking about space labor laws and minimum wages now. Yeah, no shit, man.
100%, especially since there is no government jurisdiction in space. It's basically like the ocean right now.
Well, Trump did start the Space Force. I'll give him credit. I thought it sounded like a ridiculous idea, but when I thought about it, like, you know what? I guess that makes sense. We now have some kind of regulation above and beyond. So I give Trump credit. I don't think he knew what the fuck he's doing. I think he liked the name. I like the Space Force. It's a new military. Okay. It's just more people that love him. But anyway.
I actually was looking into the Space Force symbol. You remember how people were really upset? Well, not upset, but like mocking him because it basically looked like the Star Trek symbol.
Mm-hmm.
That symbol's used in a lot of military stuff and has been for a long time. It was kind of what inspired Star Trek.
Star Trek
not
took it
the other way around.
Right,
so,
right. Exactly.
So, well, I mean, there's plenty of things to laugh about. That's strangely not one of them. No matter how much it looks almost exactly like Star Trek.
Yep.
That's because Star Trek modeled their stuff after actual military stuff.
Yeah. So, good point, Vaughn. I'd rather have UBI than Space Force. Exactly.
There's an argument for going to space that UBI is better for us getting to space than what's going on right now with the billionaires anyways, which is if you are investing in human beings who can then go to college, who then might get jobs in tech fields that advance the technologies, spreading out the job of innovating amongst many more people by educating them and accelerating us actually getting into space significantly more, because the human resource is where the ideas come from.
Right.
We have resources, we need ideas.
You got to fund the minds of the future, man. Albert Einstein, if he was born in America in the ghetto, he would have never had an opportunity.
If we're going to become a multi-planet species, we need to stop seeing ourselves as individuals to an extent. Not like to the point where it's like step in line, I don't mean it like that, but we do need to view ourselves as a organism.
Oh, shit. Said the wrong thing. My girlfriend just texted me. Sorry. Yeah, Crystal says here, have you seen the TV show Space Force with Steve Carell? And it came out right before Space Force was announced. That actually kind of is funny. That's where life imitates art kind of deal and vice versa. I think Steve Carell make a better president, personally. Yeah, let's go ahead and get the next one going. Misinformation. Okay. Ready, Mia?
Yes, sir.
All right, guys. Let's see if we can change some. Let's see if we can change some minds tonight. What's up next for us, Mia?
Okay, tonight we're going to be talking about a majority of COVID misinformation is coming from 12 people. The mass majority, no, it's majority. The vast majority of COVID-19 anti-vaccine misinformation and conspiracy theories originated from just 12 people, according to a report by the Center for Countering Digital Hate, a UK and US nonprofit and non-governmental organization. They say in March that 12 online personalities they dubbed the Disinformation Dozen were responsible for 65% of 812,000 Facebook posts and tweets spreading misinformation. These 12 have a combined following of 59 million people across multiple social media platforms, with Facebook having the largest impact. Vivek Murthy, U.S. Surgeon General, and Joe Biden focused on misinformation around vaccines this week as a driving force for the virus spreading. And on Facebook alone, the dozen are responsible for 73% of all anti-vaccine content, though the vaccines have been deemed safe and effective by the U.S. government and its regulatory agencies. Whew.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
12 people.
12 people.
It's a fragile system.
Yeah. Among them are dozens of physicians that have embraced pseudoscience, a bodybuilder, a wellness blogger, a religious zealot, and most notably, Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
I know, man. You think about this. They're saying that vaccines cause autism and 5G broadband cellular networks to the coronavirus pandemic. My phone has 5G, and I'm doing all right, guys. I'm doing all right. I'm healthy. Oh man. And someone in the comments here says eating McDonald's is more dangerous than the vaccine. Absolutely true. The same people that are worried about 5G are eating 7 meals a week at McDonald's. Well, like you said in this article, it lists there's a bodybuilder, a physician that embraced pseudoscience, which there's a lot of those, a wellness blogger, a religious zealot, and RFK Jr. Come on, man. And don't forget about what's her name? The Playboy model that did things. Jenny McCarthy actually started that whole autism bullshit about her son having autism, that she was looking for someone to blame. And I understand that as a parent. I know, Mia, you do too. So like you're looking for something and someone to like help me. But a vaccine, like that was a horrible. She's kind of one of the people that started that whole frenzy.
I know. And I will say, like, I know that a lot of people get down on you're going through a lot when you find out your child has autism. They will target you. They targeted me with the information. Once I started doing my searches on autism, because I found out Tristan was going to be nonverbal and was going to have his developmental difficulties, Facebook was sending me to all sorts of anti-vax groups in my recommended.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I was being fed the information that made it look like vaccines were causing the problem, to the point that for probably about 6 months, I was 100% convinced that I should be suing them and trying to like get this out there. And, you know, more information came to me. I became more aware. I was able to process things a little bit better, but that's what they do. They target the vulnerable, so that way they've got people that can affirm to the outside, oh, yes, of course.
Well, that's how 12 people get 39 million people to agree with them and storm a Capitol and don't take the vaccine. You know, there's a quote here. It says Facebook, Google, and Twitter have put policies into place to prevent the spread of vaccine misinformation, yet to date, all have failed to satisfactorily enforce these policies. That's according to the CEO of the CCDH, Imran Ahmed. Well, I tried. All have been, as he also goes on to say, all have been particularly ineffective at removing harmful and dangerous misinformation about coronavirus vaccines. The thing is, what happens, they make these little algorithms to catch words, and all it does is shut down people who are rebuking this stuff, that are trying to shut. Like, I've had videos taken down for trying to debunk some of the bullshit, and I get silenced. My videos get taken down, get demonetized, whatever you want to call it. And yet their bullshit still stays out there. White supremacy still stays out there. Anti-immigrant stuff, xenophobia, misogyny, all that racist shit stays on. But this algorithm doesn't target them, but it targets us who are trying to debunk it too, you know? So it's because it's missing that human element. AI can only do so much. We're not there yet. And that's why these things aren't really working across these platforms. That's why Trump got banned on every social media app, because of his bullshit misinformation. And he still continues to do it. Tucker Carlson has gotten a vaccine. He will not admit it on air. Think about that. You look at the map of the vaccines and the map of the 2020 elections and a percentage of votes, it is identical. It's been 100% politicized.
And the Delta variant's coming through and ripping through those states.
Well, yeah, here in Michigan, where I'm at, we had an emergency meeting, like a Zoom meeting type of thing on our Microsoft Teams. We all had to just stop what we're doing, jump in there and listen, because like we have confirmed cases of the Delta variant in our Berrien County, Michigan, where I live at. And they said really, really focus on screening people, wear your mask, wash your hands, all that stuff again. And really continue to hammer it home to your patients. Get vaccinated. If you want it, we'll come get it. We'll make sure you get it. You know, like we're trying to make another push, because I think Michigan only has 60% vaccinated with at least with one dose. I mean, so it's 100% politicized. And I still have people that are like, I don't trust it. I was like, you don't have to trust it. Trust science. It's working. 92% of hospitalizations are unvaccinated people. 99.2% of all deaths right now are unvaccinated people. There's always gonna be those people that break through with other comorbidities, you know. And it's like, I don't know, man. It's just mind-boggling to me. The jury's out, man. This is an emergency use, but the jury's out on the data. Don't lie.
I just find it so interesting that there are 12 people
Mm-hmm.
that are basically making it so that this virus has every opportunity to evolve, has every opportunity to.
Yep. 600,000 deaths, guys, in this country alone.
And it can be traced back to 12 people.
12 assholes.
I know that cancel culture is considered a problem, but there's a balance that has to be struck. You know, this is people causing actual harm by spreading false information to real human beings. There has to be a line somewhere. And yeah, at some point, somebody needs to get canceled.
Well, and the CCDH is calling on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube to completely deplatform the disinformation dozen. There's a quote here. It says, updated policies and statements hold little value unless they are strongly and consistently enforced. With the vast majority of harmful content being spread by a select number of accounts, removing those few most dangerous individuals and groups can significantly reduce the amount of disinformation being spread across platforms. And again, 12 people. I know it's not just 12 people, the most significant, right?
They're the ones that are providing it's kind of like you've got a subway system, right? They're the stations. everything pulls in through there and leaves through there.
The air traffic controllers of disinformation. Yeah. Yeah, man, it's off-putting, I must say, and especially when you got like physicians. Come on, man. Come on. And I have there's a physician here that I've actually complained about because I had a patient who having some stomach pains, stomach problems, indigestion, heartburn, stuff like that. And she went to her family physician and she goes, "Do you mind if I pray over you?" And she's like, So she felt pressured. She's like, "Yeah, sure, whatever." The doctor put her hands over her stomach and prayed for her out loud, in the name of Jesus Christ, and then sent her on her way.
That's not a doctor.
No.
That's not what doctors are supposed to do.
But it's a private practice, so she has the right to do it, the freedom to do it. But I think it's dangerous. Personally, it's not good for the reputation of the medical community to do something that's metaphysical.
No,
it doesn't hurt nobody, but I don't know, man. I have a real problem with that personally.
I have a huge problem with that. That's not providing the service that person is paying for. They didn't come there for faith healing. They came there for an analysis.
A diagnosis. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, man. It's disturbing. But yeah, guys, we have this report that says, hey, man, these 12 people kind of took over the country, took over 30 to 40% of this country and brainwashed them. Played into their fear.
70% or something like that I read today of people refuse to get the vaccine because of this.
How much?
I think I read 47%. I'd like to fact check that.
It's got to be lower than 47 because we have over 60% now. You know what I mean? So it's like 40% haven't gotten it, and I don't think it's because they, you know what I mean?
Republicans or something like that.
Now that makes more sense. Yes, that would definitely make more sense. Jeremy here says, boys, the left versus right issue doesn't hold water. Like only 30% of black people have gotten just one shot. I don't know where you got that statistic from, honestly, dude. Why is it specific to black people? But that's just my own question, I guess you'd say. The left versus right does hold water because you look at the maps, it's a 1-to-1. It's damn near identical.
Among the African-American community, though, they've been experimented on by our government before. So there is actual legitimate reason to be vaccine hesitant among that group.
Yeah, absolutely.
It doesn't change the fact that it's not the case now, but there's at least a reason and a grounded reason to be concerned from that community. Yeah, and Jeremy says he's going to DM me the source. I'd like to see that. That'd be cool, man. I appreciate that. But yet, when you look at the map, Jeremy, you look at the map and you say Biden won this state by 60%, the Trump's 40%, the vaccination rate is damn near 60-40. This state, Biden lost 30 to 70%, right? It's 70% unvaccinated. It's damn near a 1-to-1 ratio, man. It's very predictive to look at the government, the electoral map, and look at the vaccine map. It's almost pure predictive. And that is politicized. That is left versus right. That is, MAGA versus rational people. But there's, I understand there's people that were anti-vaxxers before Trump. This is not about Trump. It's about misinformation and specifically the right using it to politicize this thing. And, that's kind of how it is, unfortunately. And if you're an anti-vaxxer, guess what? You voted for Trump. Kind of like not all Trump supporters are anti-vaxxers, but all anti-vaxxers are most likely Trump supporters, kind of like racist, the whole thing like that, right? Not all Trump supporters are racist, but most, I would gather to say 99% of racists supported Trump's agenda, right? So that's kind of how I it's amazing how many grifts are attached to Trump. Well, he's the grift master. If grifting was a sport, he'd get the gold medal. We do got to go back to the whole mental gymnastics gold medal thing. I got to double back on that. That'd be fun. I do like that one.
Today's gold medalist is blah, 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 blah. We got to remember, I'm going to write that shit down. We got to do that again. That's fun. But yeah, guys, let us know what you think about this. Do you think that they should be able to silence all 12 of these people that they consider the most dangerous? Do you think this is a freedom of speech thing? Because it is a private platform, freedom of speech only applies to government regulation. This is not government regulation. Now, the problem is when the CCDH is pushing them to do it, I have a problem with that. Like, the government shouldn't be telling them what to do their platform. I have a problem with that part of it. It should be their private decision making what's best for their own company.
I will make a quick note. The CCDH is not a government institution.
Oh, that's right. That's right. It's anti-government. That's right.
They are making the recommendation from a non-biased, solution-oriented. If you do this, it will end this.
That's right. Yeah. Center of Countering. Yeah, let's review this, guys. Center of Countering Digital Hate is a UK-US nonprofit and non-governmental organization. Good point, Mia. Great point, actually. That clarifies it for me. Yeah, as long as the government's not doing all these recommendations for private companies, I'm okay with it. But the government has no way of telling you what you can and can't say on a private platform either, unless it, of course, incites violence, kind of like a riot or kind of like an insurrection. But that's neither here nor there, right? But yeah, so let's know what you guys think about this. And while you're here, of course, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and thanks for joining us. We'll see you guys next time, man. Go read a book. Cool. Okay, so Matt, do you have specifics as to what these 12 people have allegedly said that is misinformation? Okay, here, let me put the link in here for you, Matt, and you can read the article. Oops. Copy. I'll put it right here. So this is the article that has all the information on it. That's it right there. It's on The Guardian, and it's called COVID Misinformation Conspiracy Theories. That's the name of the actual, I think that's the name of it. Let me look at the article. Let's see here. It is majority, or you guys can do it this way and look up the actual title. And this is the title of the article. If you just go on theguardian.com and look up that, that's the actual name of the article we got this from. So they're saying, again, this is an independent, it's not government, and it's not, it's a UK, US, and it's a nonprofit. So that's where we got that information from, which, again, a great point, Mia, to say that it's not government making recommendations. Yeah, I'm not okay with the government controlling speech. Yeah. Yeah,
the government has sway. So if they make a recommendation, that's a completely different thing. But yeah, this is a private organization. They're just looking at it from a solutions-based thing. Do this, it'll stop this.
Well, ultimately, guys, the government has to make a decision. Is Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Google, are these the public square, which makes it a utility? If it is, we need to have legislation to address it, like a 21st century updated Bill of Rights to privacy, to free speech, to religion, all that stuff, right? Now, that's a can of worms they don't want to fuck around with. But that's the only way you can control it, is if you make it a public utility, a governmental body. I don't want that either. I don't want the government being in control of our information. That's just me. That's why I don't like Fox, CNN, MSNBC, because they do control it. It's all about that money. These motherfuckers are all about that money. So either it's a public platform that the government's going to make a utility, then everyone has access to it. Then it should have free internet. As far as I'm concerned, then you have because you can't make speech. You get free speech is applied to government because of the public square. You can't charge a fee to go in the public square to voice your opinion. So that's kind of how I see that. Or you leave it as it is. It's a private industry. You got to regulate it properly and let them make their own decisions for their private platform. If you don't like the fuck they're doing, leave the platform. Just leave the platform. The free market will decide what's best for the people. If that's how you want to go the free market route. I'm for it. I like that. If you want something better in Facebook, make your own. Put your money where your mouth is, you know.
I will say,
Do.
I know that I always seem to have like some counter thing, but if I've been watching this website try to take off that's been founded by the Yang Gang called Frey.
What's it called?
Frey.world. They'll pay
Okay.
you for your posts. They give you money for or in Ether or Ethereum, not Ether. That would be a very different thing. For posts and all that, but they have trouble gaining traction. And for a long time, they weren't even able to get on the Apple store.
Mm-hmm.
When you're trying to start your own thing, you're competing against them, and they are too many steps ahead of you to really be able to do that.
Yeah, it's not easy, but the free market will support a better platform. Hard part is competing. Hard part is even getting recognized. I know, but TikTok came out of nowhere. Instagram came out of nowhere and challenged Facebook so much they had to buy them, which is a monopoly. I have a problem with that. Snapchat came out of nowhere. Bam.
That was the second half of that problem. Once they do get noticed, they just get swept.
And that's a problem. Yep. Crystal says here, there's a test case right now in Australia about Facebook, Google, etc. being publishers. This will have ramifications worldwide. They also use Australia to test stuff like this. If it works here, ... I do like that. I'm largely against nanny state legislation in terms of service. Yeah. There's got to be a happy medium. You know, I don't like it either, but there's got to be. We need proper regulations. Period, for private industries. And I agree with this too, Jeremy. I do agree with this. But you know what I liked about Parler? I was on there just to kind of see what's up. Parler does not collect your data. I like that. So that's something I think Parler had right. Now, I don't like the idea of coming onto Parler and seeing the most racist shit you could ever imagine. I mean, disgusting. It's like 4chan, man. Fuck all that. Bunch of losers, as far as I'm concerned. They're sitting in their mommy's basement in a folding chair, naked in their whitey tighties, like fucking losers, right? And that's how I see these 4chan people. If you guys watch that Q documentary thing on was it on Amazon Prime, I think it was, or HBO. It was on HBO about the Q hole or some shit. It shows you the people that are behind it. They're fucking losers. And I hate to say it, but that's what the fuck they are. These out there fucking weirdos, man, that think.
What's the name of that show?
It's called Q Down the Rabbit Hole. It's on it's on HBO.
If it was Amazon Prime, I could have watched it because I got a free trial right now.
Yeah, I think it's on HBO Max. Yeah. Jeremy says, "Are you guys on Getter?" No.
I am not on Getter, but I did just watch something about Getter today.
I've got too much shit to do to fuck around with any of these other platforms. That's why I'm just like, I'm done with it all. You guys want to do your little experiments, go do it over there. I got no time for this shit, you know?
There's too many. There's just too many.
Speaking of no time for bullshit, Spider-Man, you guys, just so you guys know, he's doing all of our video editing right now for free, voluntarily, guys. We got to show him some love on Twitter, on Instagram, whatever the fuck he does. We need to show him some love. Go follow him on fucking his YouTube channel. He does some great videos. He's a fun follow on Twitter, man. He does some funny posts on Twitter.
And truly OG. Like, he's been there before I was there. Before I knew Yang.
Yep.
Spider-Man was right in those comment sections on Twitter. Constantly.
That reminds me. I'm going to put this on here. Spider-Man YouTube channel. Whoopsie. But you guys know Spider-Man. So go check out his YouTube channel, Spider-Man. And I'm actually going to show you guys some of the stuff he does. He's going to be watching this. So we appreciate you, brother. And I just want to give you a shout out so everybody knows what the fuck's going on here, why our content's coming out so quickly now. Let's go here. channels. Come on. There it is. So he's got the Spider-Man thing here. So this is Spider-Man, and this is some of his content, man. He's done some great shit. Got a lot of good stuff on here, man. A lot of good clips, creature features. He's done a lot of cool videos. I mean, you guys understand how crazy some of the shit he does. It's awesome. Very creative stuff. Let's see this. 28 seconds. Let's see what this one's all about.
Round one, fight.
Surprise.
That's a badass little kid, first of all. Google Andrew Yang.
Flawless victory.
So
Oh, that's cool.
that's the kind of shit he does, guys. It is absolutely epic. I mean, how fun is that? Yeah, guys. He has a YouTube channel. Go subscribe. Go follow. Notifications. Trust me, you want to get them when they come out, man. They are awesome. And he does funny outtakes on our Trickle Up live streams. Just so you guys, okay, he's gonna have to edit this out, but that's fine. Let me go back to the Trickle Up.
Here, let me make him more work. He'll be fine.
He'll have to just edit. I give him timestamps just to fuck with this no more. Like, I just give him a timestamp. Now he don't have to worry about going through everything. But I'm letting him know. Stop it. Let me go back to my channel. I'll show you guys the video. He did some highlights for us. Some funny shit. Oh, wait. I didn't put it up.
Oh, no.
I didn't share it on here. I shared it. Where did I put that at?
Yeah, I didn't see that. I would love to see it.
I think I put it on TikTok. Let me look again. I put it on. Oh, geez. Wait a minute. I got an idea. Let me get this off of here. Sorry, guys. I know I'm kind of killing some time here, but
no, that's okay.
I want to show you guys what he's done.
I'll say hello real quick in the background.
What's that? That's
okay. While you're doing that, I'm going to make my son come say hello in the background.
Yes. I'm going to try and find this funny one he did about my head, about my bald head. It's actually quite funny. Oh, here it is. So I will share this. Don't start yet. Okay. But I'll show you some of the funny stuff he does. Because, oops, wrong button. There we go. So this guy right here, oopsie. He's talking a lot of shit. This is my boy Matt with Mute the Media. He's a great person, but he ran his mouth against the video editors, and guess who got him? So listen to this shit.
Yeah, you gotta think like the video editor.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Fuck the video editors. We're the fucking content people, bro. We're like, we just want to be like, yo, keep the ball rolling. Keep on rolling, baby.
So that's what he does. So I'm gonna show you guys one more, and I'm gonna move on. I'm telling you. Okay, so then he got me. He got me once, so I gotta share. Just to be fair to Matt, he's kind of giving me a hard time about mine too. Oh, where'd it go? Yes, this is one from Mia recently. I think it was last Sunday. He made this funny one of me. It's real short.
A little brighter. Now I'm brighter on both sides. Look how shiny that is. Wilson hair, son.
Come on, man. How do you not love that shit? I should post those on the YouTube channel. Look at the thumbs up. That's what. Yeah, I got to post those on the YouTube or something. Maybe I'll make a collection of them and do a bunch of them. But he busted me out. I was like, listen here, son. And he gave me the due, man. But yeah, so shout out to Spider-Man, guys. Go check him out on YouTube and Twitter. I think it's Mang_Spider. Spider-Man, I think. Yeah, he's great people. And again, this is people we need to get together that help us get out content quicker. Now that he's doing this shit, now I can go find people that can do it on Wednesdays and Tuesdays now, so we can have 5 days a week of content in a row. Bang, 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 and we'll trip that algorithm and get more exposure and following, and then eventually make this a profitable business, so I can pay people like Mia, pay people like Shy, pay people like Spider-Man for doing these things, man. So that's why we gotta keep supporting people. Yeah, exactly. A good laugh at my expense. I'm okay with it. I'm for it.
I'm not. Yeah. Don't ever show me any of mine. No, I'm fine with it. It'll be fun.
Yes. Okay, so the next one is the, what was it? Where'd it go? Uh-oh. Oh, I gotta pull back up the Google Drive. That's why. Wait. You put in the trickle up one?
Yeah.
I got it now. Yeah. So the third topic will be COVID. Oh yeah, Matt Gaetz, and oh boy. Yeah. Okay. So let's talk about these idiots. All right, guys. So let's see if we can change some minds tonight. What's next on fuck you, boys. All right. Take 75. All right, let's see if we fuck. I'll try to go right through that without laughing. All right, guys, let's see if we can change some minds tonight. What's up next for us, Mia?
Well, up next, we're talking about Matt Gaetz and Marjorie Taylor Greene holding a bizarre outdoor protest after multiple venues bailed on them. Republicans Matt Gaetz and Greene were rejected from 3 California venues for their America. My turn.
Yep.
Why is this? Why? Republicans Matt Gaetz and Marjorie Taylor Greene were rejected from 3 California venues for their America First rally. Instead, the pair had to host their rally on the sidewalk outside Riverside City Hall. Greene used the peaceful protest against communism to spread vaccine hesitancy, while Gaetz railed against the corrupt forces in the Department of Justice and the FBI, as well as framing the private venue's refusal to host the pair as an infringement on their freedom of speech. Aww. They may try to cancel us online. They may try to pursue us in real life. They may shut down our venues, but we will take this fight to them in the courts, in the halls of Congress, and if necessary, in the streets. In Riverside, city council members had voiced their concern about the rally and its hosts. Council member Ronald Fierro said, "The hateful and racist rhetoric that will be perpetrated at this event by these 2 well-known extremists has absolutely no place in our city."
Yeah, they have the right to say no thank you.
Absolutely.
Again, free market, guys. This is capitalism at work. This is what we're here for, right? So they have every right to cancel on them if they suck. They've done it on college campuses. They've done it in public venues. Yeah, they definitely. I saw a video of Matt Gaetz coming outside of one of his things. A bunch of protesters saying "pedophile, pedophile." That was hilarious. So you stick your neck out there in public when you're a psychopath like that, you're gonna get torched, and I'm here for it. You go to California. These 2 idiots from Florida and Georgia go to California. Get the hell out of here.
For an America First rally, that really is not the brightest move, is it?
No. It's like Nancy Pelosi going to fucking San Antonio, Texas. Get real.
That would be a poor choice. Yes.
Or West Virginia. But yeah, these 2 people are just, they're such, I call them, they clutch their pearls. Oh, we're being ostracized. We're being targeted. You put a target on your back for being a fucking idiot, man.
Well, the venues themselves decided to kick them because they had gotten so many complaints that they just couldn't. Like, they were going to end up, the backlash was going to be so bad, they could literally not host them. The first 2 had canceled well before, and the final one canceled after the city council literally released a statement on it. We learned of the planned relocation of this event to a private venue in our city late Friday. It is not a decision by or supported by the city of Anaheim. As a city, we respect free speech, but also have a duty to call out speech that does not reflect our city and its values. We are looking into this matter this morning. And that's when they canceled. The final venue canceled on them.
Right. And, Gates, he said the city of Anaheim statement is going to make great exhibits in the lawsuit that he and, the other psycho is going to be filing. The thing is, Matt Gaetz doesn't have a great reputation when it comes to law. He was calling out someone else for Hunter Biden for drug use and stuff like that in the past. Meanwhile, he was guilty of the same thing, just with alcohol, different drugs called alcohol. He was pulled over, and guess what? He had a DUI, got pulled over, failed 2 sobriety tests, refused a breathalyzer, refused a blood test, and they got him off. Not just got him off, they got his shit dismissed. The charges were dismissed. So this is the privileged little prick out there crying, playing the victim card when he's perpetuating the biggest problems in this country, this rot of corruption. I mean, his corruption is big as his forehead. It's really bad. You can tag that one, Spider.
That would be fun to see an animation of.
I'm sure he's gonna do something with that. I'm sure of it. But yeah, so these people are coming there crying, "Oh, poor me. We're gonna file a lawsuit." It's gonna get a lawsuit just like all the other ones, fucking dismissed. Just like his DUI, it's gonna get dismissed for different reasons. Of course, the DUI was dismissed because of money, and this is gonna be dismissed because it's stupid. You don't have the right to speak anywhere that's a private venue, even if you're rich. You still don't have the right.
Didn't make the decision to cancel. The venues made the decisions to cancel. They just stated, "We don't want you to do this." They didn't say, "We're not going to let you do this."
Yep. You cannot say freedom of speech. It's a private company. It's not owned by the government, guys. This First Amendment bullshit, it's such a false flag. It's like build the wall. Oh, free speech. The government can only do that. You can't claim that against private citizens. And you're not free of repercussions of your speech. You say stupid shit's going to happen to you when you say stupid shit, So these 2 paid actors of the right are just pathetic. I mean, just flat out pathetic. And like, what are they really doing in California? Think about what's their objective in California.
Probably just to irritate their base some more with the reactionary.
This is shock jock bullshit by politicians being paid $174,000 a year to work in our Senate, to legislate, and they're like the Howard Sterns of Congress. They're going to California for shock and awe. It is not to change the hearts and minds of anybody. It's more like, we're not scared to go into California or the libs. We're going to own the libs on their territory. It's pure bullshit. And that's what they're going to be known for. So we got to support the people that are challenging them. There are several people I'll be interviewing soon that's going to be challenging these 2 people specifically. Fuck them.
Out of spite, man. There's no one they're winning over there, as you pointed out. They know the reaction they're going to get there. It's just out of spite to give people a new pinata to whack at if they hate liberals.
Well, and Jeremy's got a good point in the comment. He says the narrative of being canceled will stick within MAGA base. Gates and Green will receive millions of political donations to fight cancel culture. Absolutely. This is a money grab. Just like fight the big lie, stop the steal bullshit in Arizona. They've done it like 10 times. They're going back to the well because they keep getting more donations to fund these things.
Ironically,
Jeremy's absolutely right about this. It's about making money.
yeah, it made me think about the irony of the fact that they're going to sue the city for making a statement. Does the city have free speech, or is it only them?
Yeah.
Because the city didn't like force them to shut down; they just released a statement. That's also free speech.
Mm-hmm.
How are you going to sue them for their free speech?
Well, on what basis is the suit? Right? Is it liable? Is it slander? No. It's a statement followed with an opinion. We don't see them reflecting our value. It's an opinion piece, kind of like Tucker Carlson. I'm not a real journalist. This is an opinion piece. I'm an actor.
Completely unenforceable.
Right. Uninformed and unenforceable. Absolutely. It's just silliness. But that's what these people do. They're going to use this. Like, I think Jeremy made the best point is this is to generate money. They just want suckers money. And they're going to get it. Millions of dollars in donations. Help us fight cancel culture. The radical left in the 2022 election. Blah, 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 blah. Guys, we're going to be interviewing Alan Ellison. We're going to be interviewing the guy in Georgia running against MTG. The guy named Phil Ayer. He's running against Gates. Alan Ellison is running against Marco Rubio. Dr. Cindy Beignet. She's also in Florida. Then there's another one in Georgia. I can't remember his name. Marcus Flowers is running against Marjorie Taylor Greene. So I've got those set up, guys. They're coming in the next couple of weeks. We need to support these people because they're getting that cancel culture money. We're going to have to give them fucking shut these people up money. Seriously. And it's hard to win Congress. U.S. Congress is expensive. I think the average budget necessary is like $1.2 million to run a successful, competitive, not even successful, to run a competitive U.S. Senate or Congress run, $1.2 million. So we all don't have $100 sitting around. We don't have $1,000 sitting around. But some of us, I can't say everybody, some of us have $5 a month. And that's what they really want reoccurring donors that just say $5 a month, take it once a month, and they can make a budget with our money to support them and say, okay, we can afford to run ads once a week with this base. We get a kicker, we can run it twice a week or whatever that number might be. Facebook ads, whatever, right? Or their travel throughout the state to go talk to people. So that's what I'm hoping we do in the future.
That sounds awesome. This makes me really wistful for democracy dollars.
Yeah, oh boy. Well, until then, it's got to be people-powered money. That's all there is to it, grassroots. So, but yeah, guys, let us know what you think about this, man. What do you think the narrative is? Is Jeremy right? Is it 100% about fighting cancel culture while trying to cancel other people and generate money? Probably. But if not, what do you guys think about this in the comments section? Of course, while you're here, give the video a like, hit the subscribe button if you've done it before, ring notification bell. You get notifications of upcoming videos like this. And thanks for joining us. See you guys next time, and go read a book. Outstanding. All right, Mia, it's 10:15.
Yeah, it is.
Gotta go.
I think I should probably call it a night.
Okay. Yep. Bill O'Reilly, you're getting booed, son.
Yeah.
You didn't cut the mustard.
Nah. Like I said, it's about Trump and Bill O'Reilly. They are the least deserving of our time of all these
Damn
stories.
right. They get bumped.
As people.
Jeremy says Amy McGrath's campaign was the most expensive campaign ever, if I remember correctly. Yeah, she was up there because she had an early start. And she was the poster child of the left. Because she was a former retired Air Force veteran, I believe it was. And she's running as a moderate in Kentucky, which wasn't going to work. She lost by like 20-something, 30%. I was there. I went there to help out with shit. You remember his name? The guy in Kentucky? I went there and live streamed his election night. The military guy. Damn it. Oh, I apologize.
I love him too. He's so great. So much energy.
Mike Breuer. Oh, thank you. Jeremy's all over it. 90 million. Talk about a fucking waste. An absolute waste of money to put a moderate against a turtle head. This fucking turd cutter.
Man, we need to generate a different kind of energy than
$90 million that she got Oh, that took them. That was 3 years of generating funds too. They really propped her up in the early parts, and I kind of fell for it. I watched her ads, like, hey, okay, she's a veteran. Okay, she can run against them. All right, but then I saw 2 other candidates that were better than her. You know, Mike Breuer and the other guy. Shit, he came in second. Damn it, I can't remember his name either, man. I can't remember all these damn candidates' names. Oof. But anyway, yeah, like they could have got money behind him. He was more a progressive candidate.
Yeah, he was endorsed by the Sanders camp, and Breuer was the Yang camps.
Jeremy's fucking on it, bro. I think. Thank you so much, Charles Booker. Absolutely. I personally thought his campaign was to run for governor in the future. Like that was my feel from it. 'Cause he didn't really have a chance against her machine. But I think that he could be a good governor as well. He's a young man, very, very passionate. And I would have been A-okay with him winning the thing over Amy McGrath and make it a real run at Mitch McConnell. But she beat him by like 5%, I believe. And Mike Breuer didn't get a shot, man. They wouldn't give him a chance. They didn't give him a chance. And I hope Breuer does some more shaking because he is a great, great person. I really liked him. I was so fortunate to go meet him in person. Stayed there for a few days, man. I love him. But yeah, Jeremy, I appreciate you, brother. You are on it, and I appreciate it. Ringing notification bells. You can keep helping me in these damn live streams.
He's really great.
That's awesome, man. But yeah, like that's kind of where we're at, guys. We got to keep challenging the systems. Now, here's the other thing I say, guys. Call to action for you. If you see an article you think we should cover, DM us. Either one of us. Also, support Yang Daily Podcast. He's the one that generates the most content. He does the most research. He has the best podcast out there. Daily content, guys. Short and simple, to the point. Google document that shows all of his resources, all of his files are there. Gotta show support to him. Give him $5 a month, man. If you can afford it, do it. I do, man. So also, I'm a donor to Tom for Nerds. I'm a monthly donor to Nerds as well. I love what he's doing.
I was actually, for the first time, I don't know how long, able to give somebody money as opposed to take money.
Mm-hmm.
It made me feel so good to be able to do that.
It is.
It would not have been able to do if it weren't for the child tax credit this month. But
yeah, they actually covered it on Thursday too, because that's when the day it came out. And Matt, that highlight I showed you is from their little live stream on Thursday. They covered the child tax credit because Shy for UBI, that's her whole thing. That's her, and she was so happy to cover that one. I was like, you guys do it Thursday, it's fine. You know, it's more of the timely effort. Yeah, guys. So again, make sure you subscribe to the Trickle Up, ring notification bells. Go check out Yang Spider-Man. Go check out Yang Daily Podcast. Mia, do you have like donation links in your Twitter handle?
there is a link to my Patreon. I have a whole 2 Patreon subscribers. Shaylin Modi is an amazing person, and Ronald Victor, he's been AFK from Twitter for a while, but he hasn't pulled out. So, you know, I get $14 a month from them, and that has been incredibly helpful at the end of the month when I needed to get milk and money was so tight. So
yep. So if you guys can support Mia too, guys, go check her Patreon on what's it under on Patreon? What's it called?
I think it's just Mia Songbird.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah, I don't update it at all. All my energy goes towards making the contents, and it has been completely ignored for months and months and months. But it's
yeah,
there.
I have a Patreon. I don't do anything there. It's just more like if you like what we're doing here, go help out there, and that's it. Like I have the Mindful Skeptics one, and that's how I pay for a lot of our the Adobe Premiere, the editing software. That's how I pay for the StreamYard. Because people help, and I've been paying for it out of my pocket the whole time, but now I got a little help, which is awesome. Because no one wants a passion project that taps your fucking account hard once a month. You know, like $100 is $100. But I've been super fortunate with people that have been supporting us, man, and great people moving forward, you know. So I appreciate your time, Mia, 'cause I know you got your kids there. Your young man joined you in the back there with the hair. I'm jelly, as you can tell.
He loves his hair, man.
He's got it, man. Rock that shit. All right, guys. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you guys next time. So tomorrow we'll be having a panel at 9 p.m. again. So join us there. See you guys later, man. Thanks again, Mia.
You're welcome. Have a great night, boys.